Okay, now let me.
Lois Hughes. Here.
There we go, Lois. What is up?
Lois
Welcome,
Hughes.
welcome.
I'm here, I hear.
Lois is in the house. First one in. Wow. You wasn't messing around, was you, Lois? Alright. Alright, let's take a look here. Okay. Go here for a minute, make sure everything's right. Oh yeah, we're good.
Brandon Armstrong. Oh yeah, a flight to DFW, the most hated airport, lol.
Alright, Brandon is with us. Who is this?
Message. Slide. Jordan Estat. Slide to answer.
Hold on, guys.
Jordan Estat. Slide to answer.
What's up, buddy? What do you mean? You know what? I will not be surprised if you didn't lose other contacts as well, because my phone did the same thing. Yeah. What the heck? Mine did the same thing, dude. I lost a bunch of my contacts and I had to put them back in. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. 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 100%, dude. Yeah. Well, give me a call on your next break. By then, I'll be in the air and I'll be at cruise altitude and I can talk.
Brandon Armstrong.
Okay.
Tell him to turn on contacts syncing under iCloud.
Brandon, my friend Brandon said turn on contacts under syncing under your cloud settings.
Lois Hughes. Hello, Brandon.
I'm not sure, buddy. Well, yeah.
Brandon Armstrong. Hi, Lois.
Well, I'm just looking around to get an idea on some of the prices because, I mean, we might find a good deal out there. And if I come across a good deal, then that's different. But, yeah. Yeah. And, I mean, we can... I mean, and we can always find a third person that has experience, and when we need them, put them on call and just pay them per tow, and just let them be responsible for their own taxes. Like we'll have them, yeah, 1099. That's what it was. Yeah, so we'll be good, dude. We both know what we're doing. I mean, I've ran a business before, so we'll be good. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get done all the right way, like 100%. Yeah, yeah. Well, when you get done or whatever, or if you're coming home later, just call me or catch up with me. Okay. All right. Love you, son.
Video. Mute. Message. Jordan Estat. Jordan Estat.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. That was my son. Um. All right. Let's chat there. And then I don't know. The funny thing is, I've not had I've done a few flights at this airport in the triples and stuff. And I've never had problems with it. But of course, it does ILS amazingly. So go figure. Um, so Los Angeles, KDFW. Of course, we're flying in the 200 with the GE engines, General Electric engines. Um, so let's get things underway here. Get our say intentions going. Actually, I need to. My gosh, what am I thinking? Okay, I got to go and. I about really messed up right there. I almost forgot that I need to do a new flight plan here. We'll go to dispatch. New flight. And then GSI 009 Delta Whiskey. KLAX. KDFW. And then, of course, we are oh, here we go. There we go. And then
Brandon Armstrong. How come we can't do a Pacific Ocean flight tour and go to some new places?
well, we can, Brandon, but I just got this airplane and I got to make sure everything's working correctly. And next thing is most of my oceanics that I do, you end up bailing out anyway. So don't talk to me about oceanics because you end up
Christy
rolling out on
Holstein.
me.
Hey.
All right. Hey, dear, welcome to the stream. And we will be doing oceanics, but I don't like doing 7-8 hour flights. Especially if it's just me sitting here and everybody's gone. And a lot of them times that I do them super long flights, everybody ends up going to bed or has to leave. And then I'm sitting here for 4 or 5 hours flying by myself, no one to talk to. So you'll see what I mean when you start flying. And when you ain't got no one to talk to, it gets pretty boring. All right. Anyways, but we'll be doing some oceanics. Don't worry about that. All right. Generate. Here we go. Okay. 41,000 feet. 156 for cost index. My goodness. This flight is about 1,200 miles. 244 at 43. My gosh. That cost index is up there on that one. My goodness, dude. We got 253 passengers. And then our ZFW weight, 368,165 pounds. And then our fuel is going to be 51,637. That ain't too bad on fuel. Alright, and then we got our route.
Lois Hughes. Hello, Christy.
And plus, if I'm going to do an oceanic, I'm going to try to do them early, starting early in the day. That way people can stick around for the whole flight. Because otherwise, dude, it
Christy
gets boring.
Holstein.
If it's
Hi,
just me,
Lois.
it gets pretty boring. Alright. Alright, thrust. We got to have that. So let's get our thrust information. Okay, and then that was 24 left. Okay, there's our thrust information. Alright, we got our flight plan done. So now we'll export it. Export. Alright, we'll close that. Alright, now we can hit new flight for, say, intentions, and then get our let's get, say, intentions here out of the way first. Okay, talking flight monitor. Shoot. Hold on. It just, Hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure something. Give me 1 minute because I guess it's just alright. I'm a little confused on this, but hold on, you guys. It made me do a download for something I had to do here real quick. Um, yeah, but wait a minute. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Give me 1 minute, guys. I gotta fix something real quick. I gotta fix one thing real quick, guys, and we'll be good. I gotta do an install on something real quick. It's almost done. So no worry, my friends. Okay, now this should. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright. Just let me check in with you guys real quick. Everybody still with me? Brandon, Lois, Christy. Okay.
Christy Holstein. Here.
Alright, there's Christy, Lois, Brandon. Still with me?
Brandon Armstrong. Don't worry, everyone's here.
Well, no, sometimes Lois steps away, sometimes you step away, so I'm just double checking. Giving comms to you.
Hey John, I'm only rated to handle IFR comms.
Oh my god, not this stupid crap again. Giving comms to you.
Hey John, I'm only rated to handle IFR comms.
Go ahead and request IFR to KDFW.
I'll get our IFR clearance to Dallas-Fort Worth.
Lois Hughes. Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, Lois, good deal. Now.
Los Angeles clearance, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy. We'd like to receive our IFR clearance.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
Lois Hughes. LOL, yep, stupid crap again, LOL.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy. Los Angeles clearance cleared to Dallas via the DOTS 2 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 410 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.3 squawk 2264. And we had to change your departure runway to 24 right.
Okay.
Starting pre-flight flow.
Go to my plan page. Giving comms to you.
Good afternoon, Captain.
We've got our IFR clearance to Dallas via the DOTS 2 departure, runway 24 right. Squawk 2264, departure on 124.3.
What altitude did he give us on takeoff? What is our initial altitude on takeoff?
Our initial altitude is 4,000 feet after takeoff.
Alright, there we go. Now let's go over here. Alright, and our fuel. 51,637. There's that. Now we'll do our payload summary here. .1. There we go. Alright, that is done. Perfecto. Sounds are amazing. They really are. Amazing.
7:30, swipe up to news comment now, Apple News Plus editors close galactic colonies, TikTok, 16 minutes ago, TikTok, notification, WhatsApp, 19 minutes ago, WhatsApp, messages, 31 minutes ago, Lois Hughes, text message,
I didn't see you message me again, Lois. I had my...
Is editing. Text dictate. Button. Messages.
Heading out for the walk around.
Lois used comedy was to come over and get next to Curry got the dot some dot cat message. Text field. Is editing. Text messages. Lois used comedy period home John I apostrophe and your text Lois your text message comedy read 6 colon. Lois used comedy was to come over and get vertical scroll bar com. Lois used comedy was to come over and get next to Curry got the dot some dot food to give Taylor comma 6 colon 59 read 6 colon 57 your text message comma I think so comma 6 colon 57 108 unread. Back button. 108 unread messages.
Okay. He's doing his walk around, so let's go. Iraq data's good. Go to polls in it. Then we're going to type in KLAX. Hit enter. Do left soft 1. And then we're going to type in KDFW. Hit enter. No, I'm doing that wrong. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, KLAX. There we go. And then we'll do left soft 3. Go up. IRS is aligned. Root. Okay, now we do KLAX, hit enter, left soft 1, and then we put in KDFW, hit enter, right soft 1, and then execute that. Then we go to request. Then we select our route. And then we load it. I'm just waiting for it to activate to show up here at the bottom. Activate with right soft 6. Execute. And that is done. Now we can do Alt A. It's going to be 24 left. Dots to scenery. Execute it. Come back here. Now I'm doing our arrival for KDFW. We're going to be landing at 36 left. Boobs 7. 36 left. Boobs 7. Yeah, 36L. Boo 7, and then Geeky. I love some of these waypoint names. They just crack me up every time. Alright, let's go ahead and do Alt V. forecast. And then we'll load wind data uplink. It says that is ready, so we'll go over here. Load it. Execute. That is done. Okay, so again. Alright, and we'll go temp forecast. And then prevent. Reject that, and then 41,000 on our altitude here. That goes at the top for a prevent. And then cost index 156. Okay. 14.0 for reserve. There's that.
Rook Talon. We got our 3D printer working again. Took a while, but it works.
Very good, my friend. Alright, thrust limb page. Now let's go ahead and get that information. 54. And that goes there. To 2. So we'll do that. And we'll do that. And then go here. Put in our flaps. $124 for V1, 132 for VR, 141 for V2. 3.50 is trim. Somebody, y'all remember that just in case I forget what it is. 3.5 is going to be our trim. So there we go. Perfect. We're at gate 134. Christy, Lois, how is everybody? Okay. Oxygen test is done. Evac test is being done now.
Flow completed. Pre-flight checklist.
Christy Holstein.
Oxygen.
I'm here,
Tested.
babe.
Alright,
Flight
sweetie.
instruments.
Set.
Parking brake.
On.
Fuel control switches.
Cutoff.
Yeah, hands
Pre-flight
down, this
checklist
is
complete.
probably the best airplane that PMDG has, honestly.
Lois Hughes. I'm hanging about it, lol.
Alright, Lois. Okay. Go to our doors. Close all doors. Door 1L is closing. We'll arm it once it's closed. There we go. We'll
Initiating
arm it.
before start flow.
Alright, that is armed. And then you want to go ahead, connect the ground, request pushback with startup and tail direction.
I can't handle that request unless I'm in charge of the comms.
Brandon Armstrong. Nights like last
Giving
night
you
make me
comms.
glad I don't live in Austin now. It got hit hard by large hail and strong winds.
Alright, I've got the comms now.
Go ahead, connect the ground, request pushback with startup and tail direction. Yeah, dude, when I was looking at this stuff last night,
I'll request
Christy Holstein.
pushback
They was
and
in the
startup
red.
from
Hi,
the ground.
Brandon.
Los Angeles ground. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Heavy, requesting pushback and startup. Tail direction as required.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy. Pushback and startup approved. Tail south.
Alright, south.
Brandon Armstrong. Hi, Christy.
Cause I talked to them at Suno and they say that this pushback thing is working.
Brandon Armstrong.
So we're gonna try
Yeah, gas
it.
station had its sign blown down by the wind.
Flow completed. Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Passenger signs.
On.
MCP. Speed. 146. Heading. 249er. Altitude. 41000.
Set.
Takeoff speeds. B1 137. BR 139er. B2 146.
Checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Trim.
Set. Departure briefing. It will be a left seat takeoff from Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray 2 Kilo Delta Foxtrot Whiskey. Taxi route is per ATC instructions.
What did I say trim needs to
We'll
be?
be departing on
3.5?
runway 24 left. Standard reject and emergency procedures apply. Any questions?
I'm good.
Completed.
Beacon lights.
On.
Before start checklist
Lois
completed.
Hughes. That's high winds to sure do that.
Requesting tug. I think
cockpit tug is on its way.
I think I said trim had to be 3.5, didn't I, guys? I can look at it to make sure, but I think I said 3.5.
Brandon Armstrong.
When you're ready to start the pushback.
Yeah, even the Capitol had a panel blown off.
Okay. Let me Park and brake released, ready for pushback, tail to the south.
Roger, starting pushback, tail to the south.
What's the hold up, guys? We're still waiting to start engines.
Ground to cockpit, please ensure parking brake is released. Ready to start pushback, tail to the south.
Park and brake released, ready for pushback, tail to the south. I've done told these guys this once.
Brandon Armstrong. Wow, so apparently it's not fixed.
Ground to cockpit. Alright, starting pushback, tail to the south.
Well, I mean, sometimes they said, just hold on. We'll see.
Ground to flight deck, cleared for engine start and sequence.
There we go. We're moving. Like I said, they even told me sometimes you gotta wait a few minutes, and it's okay to remind them, like,
The cabin is ready for departure.
because you don't know unless you do ask them. I'll just make sure that
Hey folks, welcome on our trip to Dallas-Fort Worth.
tug is
I'm
fully
Emma, your flight
disconnected
attendant for
before we
today.
move on to the
Joining us
runway.
in the cockpit is Captain John and First Officer JD. We're expecting a flight time of approximately 2 hours and 37 minutes as we travel 1,071 miles
Lois
at a
Hughes.
cruising altitude of 41,000
BRB.
feet. Now, let's go over some important safety information.
Okay, Lois.
First, please ensure your seatbelts are fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To release, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, securing it with the elastic band. Remember to put your mask on first before assisting others. For our safety vests, they are located under your seats. In the unlikely event of a water landing, remove the vest from its pouch, slip it over your head,
Engine 2
and
started.
the straps around your waist.
Engine 2 cut out.
Inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. As for emergency exits, we don't have traditional exits in this aircraft, but please refer to the safety briefing card in your seat pocket for more information. In case of an emergency, assume the brace position by leaning forward and placing your head on your knees with your arms wrapped around your legs. Lastly, please stow your carry-on baggage securely and ensure your seat backs and tables are in their upright positions. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
And they're actually moving us because they just checked their speed, so that part's good.
Ground to flight deck. Pushback complete. Please ensure parking brakes are set. Standing by for confirmation of good engine start and report when ready for disconnect.
Perfect.
Christy Holstein. BRB Hennessy needs to go out.
Okay.
Engine 1 started. Engine 1 cut out. All engines stable.
Parking brake set. Engines are stable.
Alright, we're disconnecting now. Stand by.
Before taxi flow. Clear on the right. Clear on the left.
Ground
Flow
to flight deck.
completed.
Bypass pin removed. We've disconnected and cruise
Before
clear.
taxi
You're good to go.
checklist.
Have a great flight. See you
Anti-eyes.
soon.
Checked. Recall.
Double check.
Check.
Make sure tug
Auto
has been
brakes.
disconnected, please.
Rejected takeoff.
I'm making them double
Flight control
check
test.
because I know that one bug they had, and
Ground to cockpit. Tug is disconnected and ground crew is clear. Ground to cockpit. The tug is already disconnected. Have a great day.
have a good day. Thanks.
Full left.
Yoke to the left.
Neutral.
Back to center. Yoke to the
Full
right.
right.
Back to center.
Neutral.
Straight back.
Full back.
Forward.
Full forward. Checked. Before taxi checklist completed.
Alright, let's get our trim. Right on 3.50 for trim. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's the trim that we needed. Yep, 3.50. Alright, now run our FS Airlines here.
Christy Holstein. I'm here.
Fuel up. Alright. Fly. Okay, so go ahead and request taxi.
Requesting taxi clearance now.
Hawker 511, Hotel Alpha hold short of taxiway Golf, awaiting further instructions.
Holding short of taxiway Golf Hawker 511, Hotel Alpha.
Los Angeles ground. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy. Ready to taxi. We have Tango and Sierra.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, Los Angeles ground. Taxi to runway 24 right via Kilo Echo Romeo cross runway 24 left at your discretion. Contact tower on 120.905 when ready for departure.
Runway 24 right. Kilo Echo
Approaching
Romeo, prepare for
runway
takeoff.
24 right.
Contact tower on 120.95 when ready for departure. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, contact tower on 120.905. Have a good afternoon.
Before takeoff flow.
Switching to tower on Los Angeles Tower, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Good afternoon. We're holding short of 24 right and ready for departure.
Flow completed.
Allegiant 9er
Before
Delta
takeoff
Whiskey Heavy,
checklist.
Los Angeles
Flaps.
Tower, runway 24 right, wind
Sit.
270 at 11.
Before takeoff
RNAV
checklist
Fabra,
completed.
Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 24 right, RNAV Fabra. Cleared for takeoff. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Alright, 36L. Alright, runway set for destination. Yes, it is. We're ready for takeoff.
We're cleared for takeoff on runway 24 right. Let's get this bird in the sky.
We're actually taking off from G4 left, but well, we'll just go with it. See what happens. Passengers, get ready for takeoff.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Thrust set. Checked. Speed alive. Checked. 80 knots. Checked. B1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Landing gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps in.
400 feet. Autopilot. Flaps up.
And we are off, ladies and gentlemen.
Acceleration altitude.
4.3.
Switching to departure on 124.3. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey
Flaps
Heavy.
up.
Man, that sounds so good, dude.
SoCal departure, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Good afternoon. Currently climbing past
Christy
1500.
Holstein. Nice babe.
Allegiant 9er
Thank you,
Delta
sweetie.
Whiskey Heavy, Los Angeles departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Climbing via the SID. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Perfect. Wind is 127 at 3 knots. Landing gear is up. Our ILS is set. I'm going to make sure real quick. Yep. ILS is good.
Flow completed.
So we
After
are
takeoff checklist.
good, guys.
Landing gear. Up. Flaps. Up. After takeoff checklist completed.
I had to shut up my ILS stuff here. It should not still be reading ILS information. Why is it? See if it shuts up now. Still reading it. Why is it? I think we got a bug here, bub. On the release version. Let me be clear.
Passing 10,000 feet.
That should not still be reading, and it is.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above the safe altitude, and I'm happy to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now allowed. Feel free to connect to our onboard Wi-Fi service as well. Thank you for your cooperation, and enjoy the flight.
See, it's still freaking reading the ILS. I believe there might be somehow a bug went into the release version here, I believe.
Lois Hughes. Okay, back.
We're up and away, Lois. I guess I'm just going to have to shut up the ILS announcement. It's going to keep on reading it. I don't know why. Welcome back, Lois.
KLM 945 cleared for the visual approach runway. 9er report 3 mile final. Cleared visual 9er will report 3 mile final KLM 945.
Lois Hughes. I seen that.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 310.
You seen what? Us
Climb
taking
and
off?
Maintain flight level 310. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
We're at 14,000. Now see, you can barely hear them engines right now. Usually by the time you get up to 20,000, you can't even hear them. Pretty amazing.
Lois Hughes. No, we in air, lol.
Yes, we sure are in the air.
Transition altitude.
We're at 17,000 feet right now. Heading over to Brandon's stomping ground.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Climb and maintain flight level 370.
Brandon Armstrong.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey
It's
Heavy.
lucky you're getting there now. There are going to be more storms later tonight.
Oh, that's okay. You can land in a thunderstorm. That's not... It's just all about how severe it is. What's up?
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Heavy, contact Los
2
Angeles
hours
Center
and
on
21 minutes for
134.575.
descent. So,
Contacting Los Angeles Center on 134.575.
about 10:15 we'll start doing our descent into KDFW.
Brandon Armstrong. Had you flown to Austin last night during that storm, you wouldn't be landing in that.
Heavy evening. We're climbing through flight level 220 up
Well,
to
no,
flight level
dude,
370.
nobody would have landed in that. Obviously, they would have stayed above the storm.
Los Angeles Center. Good evening.
Or rerouted them to a different airport, or put them up above the storm until it got better conditions.
Cessna 723
One or the other.
Lima, remain at or below 5,000. Remaining at or below 5,000, Cessna 723 Foxtrot Lima.
Yeah, do what you're told.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Heavy, Los Angeles Center. Climb and maintain flight level 410.
Climb and maintain flight level 410. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Heavy.
Alright, climbing to 41,000. We're at 25,000 now. Climbing at about 3,000 feet a minute. There's that front view for you, Lois, on the outside. I like watching these cop videos sometimes. They're pretty good. Alright, this is a funny video. I want y'all to listen to this. This is the girl that got pulled over. And she goes complete chaos. Okay. Can y'all hear it? This one's funny as heck.
Hello, good evening.
Hi,
My name is Deputy Olin. I'm doing well. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
You already asked me that.
Oh.
This is being recorded. The reason I'm chatting with you is because what are we supposed to do at stop signs?
Stop.
Okay.
Wait a second. Go.
Well, you're not required to wait a second, but you are required to stop completely. When you just went past me at the stop sign back there, you didn't stop at any point.
Okay.
Are you distracted or what's going on?
No, I was just starting.
Are you sure that's you?
Brandon
It's not
Armstrong.
the right color hair.
Yes.
I dyed it this year.
Really? Is that you?
I promise.
That's just a really young picture of you?
Yeah, I also had no eyebrows in that photo.
Did I burn them off or what?
Yeah, I
Oh. How about your registration? You have your registration with you?
Yeah, I should be here. I just got an updated one. It was from the other day. My best friend put in those. Nope, that's not it.
What is your first name?
Perseus.
I've never met a Perseus before. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Well, it should. Give me all the documents.
I gave you 2 of your registrations.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up.
Oh, here, right here, right.
Okay, so I just got my registration the other day. This is the brand new one. I have not signed it yet. My mom did. She
Well, you're not a registered owner on it, so you don't have to sign it.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Only the registered owner signs it.
Yeah, because you put the tabs on the other.
Oh, well, I thought I was like a partner,
You have permission to have the vehicle.
so I don't have to sign it at all.
Right. Only the registered owners sign it.
Okay, sorry. Pullman cop pulled me over earlier and he like explained everything to me.
Maybe he confused you. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
So, I'm smelling the odor of intoxicants come out of the vehicle. Have you guys been drinking tonight?
No, we have not.
When's the last time you consumed alcohol, Perseus? Am I saying that right?
Yeah. I have not tonight.
Nothing earlier this evening? How about your partner here?
No, we were going to go out, but then we didn't.
Brandon Armstrong.
Okay.
You should watch a documentary called Temple Tornado 1 year later.
It's right up the road.
Because I'm spending the night at her house tonight.
I had to turn around to go around the like UE there.
Okay. All right. Would it be okay if I checked your eyes while you sat in the car right there?
Go ahead.
Can you see my finger here?
Mm-hmm.
Follow with your eyes, okay? Don't move your head. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Busted!
Okay, so now's the time to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
I have not drank.
Okay, so what happens is after you consumed alcohol, your eyes react involuntarily.
Okay.
Okay. Why would your eyes be telling me one thing and you be telling me something different?
Nervous.
Okay. Well, eyes don't, just because you're nervous, I just rather you be honest with me.
Okay.
If you're honest with me, I can do this a lot quicker, do my job, and if it's the case, get you on your way. Okay? So how much did you have to drink earlier tonight?
I had 1 drink.
Okay. I can tell this is not my first day on the job, so I just need you to be honest with me. Are we talking, did you have 6 of, what were you drinking?
No. Literally no 6 drinks.
Okay.
There's nothing of the sort. I promise.
Okay.
Like, I'm a sorority girl, like, at this school and stuff. I know how much, like, you know.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. You realize you can't be drinking and driving at all when you're 19, right?
I know.
Okay. So it's my job.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Yeah, she sells. You got anything more boot?
You're wearing like no clothes. Do you have a coat or something?
She does, just not.
Well, my job is to ask if you do some voluntary field sobriety tests. You've had a little bit to drink tonight. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. But I want you to have a coat or something because it is freezing cold out here. There's no traffic coming. All right. Throw on your coat. Let's go over here to this. Let's go over here to the side on the sidewalk here. I'm going to turn these lights off so they're not flashing in your face.
Can I take off my boots for the sobriety test? I'm wearing platform boots.
We may not get that far. So just wait. Because then your feet will just get really cold.
Alpha Bravo traffic 10 o'clock.
Okay, Perseus, like I said, tests are voluntary. I'd like to check your eyes while you're standing out here. Okay, so just stand with your feet together, your hands at your side. Do you wear contact lenses or anything?
No, I don't.
Glasses?
Nope. Well, yeah, I actually...
Are you supposed to be wearing them while you're driving?
No, I'm not supposed to be wearing them.
Like just for reading?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you wearing contact lenses right now?
No, I'm not.
Any injuries that keep you from walking or balancing?
Nope.
Any marijuana or other illegal drugs?
Anything other than my boots is the only thing that's gonna...
If you can just stand with your feet together, your hands at your side for this one. Right up here at the top of my pen, what I'd like you to do is follow the tip of the pen here with your eyes. Okay? Don't move your head. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would fail that test automatically. Alright, we're still climbing to 41,000. We're at 37,000.
Make sure you're looking right up here at the top, the silver part.
I'm watching that.
Okay. All right, this time we're going to go up.
Okay.
Brandon Armstrong. Both of us would.
Okay. So, what were you drinking earlier today? We're talking beers, hard alcohol,
vision, Brandon,
tea, seltzer.
Yeah, I
not
drink
because of being low vision, because I'd be able to see the pen in front of me,
White
but
Claw?
because of my
Some
eye
seltzer.
condition,
Okay.
my
How many
eyes would
seltzers do you have for the
shake
whole
anyways,
I drink
so
one.
I'd feel it.
Total.
Like one little can?
Yes.
Are we talking a big can?
One can.
How many ounces can are we talking about?
Obviously, you would feel it for sure.
I'm assuming
But they
that's
would
not a lot
still
of
say that I was drinking,
It's
even
not a high
if I
dose
wasn't,
for you.
my eyes,
That's a
my
normal
eyes
amount.
staggered.
So what I'd like you to do, you're under the age of 21. This is called a preliminary breath test. It's not in lieu of the evidentiary breath test. It's also voluntary. It's like blowing up a balloon. This is just going to prove you've been honest with me. And if you've had one drink, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Brandon Armstrong. I would fail that test based
I'm
on
gonna go to
vision
jail
alone.
if you.
Why do you think you're going to go to jail?
I have a what's it called?
What's that?
I'm on probation.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. Like I explained before, I'm doing my job here. I'm not trying to take you to jail if you don't need to go to jail. And I haven't made that determination yet, okay? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. If you've had one drink, you're probably not in any trouble. I would say you shouldn't be drinking at all if you're going to be driving, right? That's like the smart adult thing to do. Does that make sense? And this is just going to prove to me that you're being honest. Okay. Big breath in. Lips around the straw. Blow out, okay? Big breath in. When you're ready, go ahead. Blow, 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 blow. And stop. So you said you're 19, right? Okay. Do you know the legal limit for someone who's 19 years old?
0.08.
It's actually 0.02 because you're under the age of 21. Do you think you're going to be over that amount? You don't think so? Okay. I hope you're not. But I'm going to show it to you here in just a second.
Probably like a 0.1 or something.
Brandon
Holy
Armstrong.
moly.
I wonder
I
how
think you had
someone
more
like
than
me would
one
take one of those
drink,
field
'cause you're
tests since I can't see to
0.210.
follow things.
And you actually handle your liquor pretty good. So, right now you're under arrest for DUI, so you need to turn and put your hands behind your back. I appreciate you being honest with me, and I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't want to get your coat caught in anything here. All right. Make sure these don't get any tighter on you.
Going to jail, baby girl.
Waypoint Bravo Romeo India. Clear director Bravo.
She's going to jail.
Okay, let's go back here in my car. I'm assuming you don't have anything crazy in your skirt pockets?
No.
No weapons on you?
Nope.
Okay. Face the top. Take one step down. I don't want you to... And separate your feet for me. Just checking your coat pocket here. Well, you don't even
Can
have
my best friend take my car back?
We are going to work on that.
Okay.
Does she have permission to take your car?
Yeah, she does.
Lipstick. Do you want that to go with you, or...
I don't really care.
You don't really care. Well, we'll leave it. It's in your pocket now. We'll leave it there. All right, bottom first. Or that works too. Step to Paul 13. One in custody for DUI if you start me case. Okay. Since you're under arrest, I do have to read you your rights, okay?
Yeah, Amanda writes, yes. I'm a criminal justice major.
Okay, I have to read them to you,
Hey
okay?
folks, we have just reached cruising
You have the right to
altitude
remain
on our way
silent.
to Dallas
Anything you
Fort
say
Worth.
can be used against you in the
We'll be
court of
starting
law.
our snack and drink
You have the right to
service
your
shortly.
presence of an attorney
And I
during
must say,
questioning.
you're in for a
If
treat
you're
with our
listening,
delicious
if you
cheese
cannot
rolls
afford an
and
attorney,
refreshing
one will be
beverages.
appointed for you.
After the service,
Prior to
I'll also
questioning, if
have
you
some
so
articles
desire,
from the
you
airline
can decide
shop
at any time to
available
exercise
for you
these
to
rights,
browse.
not make any statements,
Thank you
or
for
answer
flying
any
with
questions.
us and enjoy the
Do you
flight.
understand your rights?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you hear all of them? You're kind of humming along.
I know them right here.
Okay. Okay. So your friend can have your car. Has she been drinking about the same amount as you?
Yeah.
Do you think she would have somebody sober she could call to come get the car?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't.
But it's okay to leave her, like, let her figure that out.
Can she come, like, here real quick?
I can relay a message for you. What do you want to tell her?
I don't know, because my parents are like...
We'll solve it. We'll help you solve this problem. Do you need anything out of the car? A purse, a cell phone? Do you have... No phone either?
My cell phone's in there. Yeah, it is in there.
Would you like your cell phone to go with you right now?
Sure. Perfect.
Okay. Okay. Carefully. I don't want you to trip stepping out. All right. I'm going to hang on to your arm so you don't. That's okay. Be careful of this big curve here. We're going to go this way. We're going to go all the way straight down to the end. The brown door without a window.
Brandon Armstrong. Now what was the point of asking about her phone since it's going to be taken anyway?
Say it. Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you get arrested, you get bailed out, and she gets bailed out, her phone will be there with her.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damn.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, language.
Temperature.
You want to hit anybody?
Yeah.
Am I good to bring her in?
Yes. We'll just maybe have them swap places because he's going out.
Oh, that's okay. Come on through. That brown chair right there.
Go out the other door and then here, like just push on it and you're free to go.
Go in this through this door. When that one clicks, you can open it up.
Thank you.
Okay. If you sit kind of on the front half of your chair, then your hands won't get all bound up in the back. It's just gonna, I think it's just us in here, so.
It is now.
It is now. Okay. So you probably know most of this because you're a criminal justice major, but I have to go through a lot of this twice. First example is your rights. I got to read to you again. So make sure you're listening carefully and you are still being recorded. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right at this time to an attorney. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. If you're under the age of 18, anything you say can be used against you in a juvenile court prosecution for a juvenile offense.
Can I request my dad and an attorney?
Let me read these first.
Okay.
Let me restart that part. If you're under age 18, anything you say can be used against you in a juvenile court prosecution for a juvenile offense. It can also be used against you in adult court criminal prosecution if the juvenile court decides that you're
Spirit 117 cross miler at flight level 310.
to be tried as an adult. You have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions.
Brandon
You have the
Armstrong.
right to have an attorney present during
I've
the question.
always wondered
You cannot
how a
afford an
cop would
attorney.
do
One will be
tests
appointed
like
for
that
you
with me.
without cost if you so
ChatGPT
desire.
did come up with an
You can
answer.
exercise these rights at any time. Do you understand these rights?
Heavy evening,
Okay.
maintaining flight level
This
410.
says, I have read or have had read to me the above
What do you mean, Brandon? Tests like what?
explanation of my constitutional rights, and I understand these rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Where it says signature, I'm going to put handcuffed. I need you to read this sentence here. Let me know when you're done with it.
No.
Okay.
I want an attorney.
Okay. And what were you saying about an attorney?
Call my dad if you can.
Is he an attorney?
No, he's not. But
Okay.
my
You can't
dad.
call your dad.
Okay. Well,
Do you have the phone number for an attorney?
Brandon Armstrong.
My dad has my phone.
The field tests to test if I
So
am
we have
drunk.
on-call attorneys that we can put on the phone with
Go
you
ahead.
this late
Yeah,
at night?
perfect.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and stand up. We're going to go to this room right behind you here. Sit in that brown chair there. Oh, good. We've got the new list. I'm going to put you on speakerphone with an attorney. Let me get him going for you. And then when you're done talking to the attorney, when you stand up, I'll know you're done talking to him, okay? Sandy, Ms. Lockett, this is Deputy Olin with the Sheriff's Office. I have a defendant here that would like to talk to an attorney after being arrested for DUI. Are you available to talk to her?
AM.
Okay. I'm going to put you on speakerphone and turn down the volume so you guys can have a private conversation here. And again, when you're done, you can just stand up and I'll know you're done, okay?
A few moments later.
Are you done? Oh, you're not
What was
done.
that?
Well, she stood up. Now she sat back down. Are you done? All right, come on now. Still have a seat right there. Okay. I have a whole page of stuff, or half page here I have to read to you. And I'll have a copy here for you to follow along on if you'd like to. So, up here we're starting. These are your implied consent warnings for breath. It says, warning, you're under arrest for, and I'm going to mark the top box here. RCW 46-61502 or RCW 46-61504, driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you're now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath, taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. Will you now submit to a breath test, yes or no?
What do you suggest I should do?
Well, I can't give you legal advice. That's why you talked on the phone to the attorney.
She gave me nothing.
She's the one who gives legal advice. I can't give you legal advice. She was the person.
Brandon Armstrong.
Are you confused at all?
Glad I've never been under
What are you
arrest.
confused about?
Okay,
Okay, well, I can't. So my job is to put you on the phone with an attorney.
Yeah.
And they're there to answer your questions. That's the best I can do, because I can't give you legal advice.
Okay.
So once we put you on the phone, that's their job.
Yeah.
If they didn't give you, that's a matter for another day. Are you confused about the information because you got a lot going on, you've been asking lots of questions.
Yeah.
Are you confused about this information that I read you? Or are you confused about the later on stuff?
I would say yeah. Yeah.
Which one are you saying yes to? The later on stuff or this stuff?
The later on and both, I
Okay.
would say. I'm about to lose all my college.
What do you mean about to lose it all?
Like, I just got arrested. I'm on probation. Like, I shouldn't have ever...
Are you on probation here in Whitman County?
Yeah.
Can I ask what for?
Yeah, theft. Petty theft.
Like, from, what did you...
Like, it was so stupid. Like, I went and I stole with my friends at Winco, like, last year and stuff.
Oh, in Idaho?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
And I paid it off. That's Whitman County, right?
No.
Oh.
That's a different state.
Well, yeah, but I thought it was the same, because in my documents it said, okay, maybe not.
They might have put you on probation here in Whitman County, but...
Maybe. I have no clue. But,
To be fair, you didn't steal anything else, so that's good.
yeah, whatever you want to make it by.
No!
I just blew away my whole career, so.
Okay, well, I'll let you know. I hear that a lot, but that's never actually the case. And I hope that's not the case for
I'm a
you.
medical major. That's not how it works here.
Okay. I know a lot of doctors that have DUIs, so...
I don't.
I think
a
you'd be
surgeon?
Brandon Armstrong.
Bullshit.
God, her parents didn't do a good job with her, apparently.
You would be amazed.
Well, maybe if
As long as they're not drunk
daddy's
while they're
money-
like...
Maybe if they have daddy's money, but like, I would say regularly, no. Were you supposed to perform all the field sobriety tests?
Was I?
Yeah.
Were you?
You.
Oh, was I supposed to administer them all to you?
Yes.
It's not required.
It isn't?
Mm-hmm.
Like the walking in a straight line, like standing on one foot, then doing the line test with your eyes and stuff. It's not
So we did
required.
the HGN test?
Yeah.
We didn't do the walk and turn test. We didn't do the one leg stand test.
Can I ask why?
I chose not to.
Why?
Because we didn't.
Why?
Because you're under the age of 21.
Why?
Because you were born a certain year. That's why you're under age 21.
Well, like I'm trying to understand why you didn't give like the test that like I was supposed to be administered and like asked and whatnot.
We can still do them after this if you want to.
No, I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
Perfect.
Here's probably a better place for it anyway, because if you're going to take your shoes off, it won't be as cold as that cold sidewalk.
Cool.
But if you still want to when we're done,
But I mean,
we can
like,
do them.
that doesn't like count as like the same as like doing in the field.
It is a different point in the investigation. You're correct.
yeah, so I'd be giving you more fucking information, telling you by walking
It's up to
in.
you. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do.
Well, that's what it is legally. Like, it's no offense to you. Like, it's nothing against cops or anything. Like, it's
That's
really
okay.
not. It's just like,
You're welcome to ask whatever questions you want.
I mean, I just don't get why, like, I wasn't asked that, like, in the field and stuff before. Like, I got administered the peripheral tests and stuff, and the breath test.
Because I didn't think we needed to do the other tests.
Okay.
So we didn't do them. And I didn't want to make you take off. I mean, it's cold. You're not wearing much clothes.
I mean,
I didn't want you to take off your
asked
shoes.
you to do that. That was the only, like, thing.
What's that?
I asked you to do, like, a walking test and administer basically everything.
I did not hear you ask me.
Okay.
I asked if you want to do standardized field sobriety tests, and then we can do all or some of them. But you have the added advantage that you have some knowledge about them. Did you take a class on them, or? Cool.
Use Kayak's best time to travel tool to find the perfect time to go wherever you're going.
It's
Then,
not going to
do
help
what
her
people
either
do.
way it goes.
Get distracted shopping.
Like, no matter if she takes more tests or not, she's liable to screw herself even more. Like, let it go, girl. You got pulled over. Drinking and driving. Let it go. It's done. You're done. Hour and 38 minutes until descent, folks. So we're looking good here. Looking at 9:33, 10. So, yeah, about a little after 10 o'clock. We'll be starting our descent. Hopefully, we'll have a nice, clean, clear descent all the way down. It's still reading the ILS stuff. Soon I turn on that might shut up now. We'll see. Nope. So I need to report that because you're supposed to be able to do right bracket Control I and it will stop reading the ILS.
Delta Whiskey.
It used to. Now it don't.
Los Angeles Center. Contact
So the only way to
Albuquerque
shut it up
45.
is doing right bracket shift I and
Allegiant
turning off the
Niner
announcement.
Delta Whiskey Heavy.
So I don't know.
Albuquerque Center, Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy. Good evening, maintaining flight level 410.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy, Albuquerque Center. Good evening.
Lois. Alright, let's see.
They're thrilled. So go ahead, Elon.
Lois Hughes.
President Trump has put together,
I'm here.
I think, the best cabinet ever. Literally. So.
Okay, Lois.
And I do not give false praise. This is an incredible group of people. I don't think that such a talented team has actually ever been assembled. I think it's literally the best cabinet that the country's ever had, and I think
Christy
the company should be
Holstein.
incredibly appreciative of the people
I'm
in this
still
room.
here as well.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. Musk. Are there about half of the government employees so far appear to have responded to your request for what they've been doing over the past week? Is there a timeline in place for next moves for people being fired, and when can the American people expect to see results of that?
Yes. Well, to be clear, like I think that email perhaps was misinterpreted as a performance review, but actually it was a pulse check review. Do you have a pulse? Do you have a pulse and 2 neurons? So if you have a pulse and 2 neurons, you can reply to an email. This is, I think not a high bar, is what I'm saying. This is should be anyone could accomplish this. But what we are trying to get to the bottom of is we think there are a number of people on the government payroll who are dead, which is probably why they can't respond, and some people who are not real people, like they're literally fictional individuals that are collecting paychecks. Well, somebody's collecting paychecks on a fictional individual, so we're just literally trying to figure out, are these people real? Are they alive? And can they write an email? Which I think is a reasonable expectation for the American public would have at least that expectation of someone.
I'm kind of a deal hunter, so.
We used a Spectrum savings calculator today, and
I said, how is the savings so substantial?
Welcome back to the DUI channel. We are in Jacksonville, Florida, where on June 3rd,
here we go. Got another video for us to listen to.
Welcome back to the DUI channel. We are in Jacksonville, Florida, where on June 3rd, 2021, at 6:37 a.m., the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Communication Center began receiving calls of a suspected impaired driver operating JSO marked vehicle 1053. Additional calls were received claiming that the vehicle was swerving and displaying other dangerous driving behaviors. Ultimately, 2 JSO sergeants were dispatched to the potential officer's residence to further investigate the matter.
Sheriff's Office! Sergeant! Sergeant! Sheriff's Office! Sergeant! Sergeant!
Southwest 887, maintain mile 78.
Officer!
Brandon Armstrong. My favorite video to watch is about a guy who got pulled over for drinking in the 80s named M.R. Turner.
Any of these cars have any Patriot stickers on? Boston stuff? So, oh, it's probably this element right here because it's parked in front of
Lois Hughes. BRB.
Okay, Lois.
Cold hood.
What's up?
Cold hood.
It's cold?
Yeah.
I guess we call him.
After failing to make contact with the officer in person, the sergeants returned to their patrol vehicle and tried to contact the officer using an outside line.
NCIC Charlotte.
Hey, this is... Can you put me through to an outside line, please?
Sure, what's the number?
Hello? Is this Zachary?
Yes.
Hey, man, it's Sergeant here with me, man. Hey, buddy, hey, are you okay?
Order 41098. Yes, sir.
Are you at home?
No, sir. I'm working off duty.
You're working off duty? Where are you working at, buddy?
I'm working at the, Hurt.
Buddy, are you alright, man? Where are you at?
Yes, sir. I'm at the Hart Bridge.
At the Hart Bridge? Okay,
Sure.
well, we're gonna come check on you, man, because we need to check on you, okay?
Everything good?
Yeah. We'll be there in a minute, okay? We're going to come check on you. We gotta check on you. Alright, bud.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
En route to Hart Bridge, the suspect was located in the parking lot of TIAA Bankfield. A detective with the Special Investigations Integrity Unit began to question the suspect as his investigation begins.
Explain to you what's going on yet? Not at all? Okay. We received multiple 911 calls concerning your driving today and people concerned about you being possibly impaired. Obviously, when we arrived here, you're seated in the driver's seat with the vehicle running. And so there's some concerns about your sobriety. So all I'm going to do is just take a few minutes with you and make sure that you're not too impaired to operate a motor vehicle. You understand that? Yes, sir. Okay. Before we do it, I just have a couple quick questions for you. And then what I want to do is, because you're dressed like this and I don't want to draw any additional attention to the situation, we're just going to walk over to where that tent is and have some things. Before we do anything else, if you don't mind, will you pull your zipper up? I don't want anything to come out or cause further embarrassment. Or you can take your hands out of your pockets too, I apologize. Are you a diabetic? Are you epileptic? Do you have any medical conditions which mimic you being impaired by alcohol and or drugs? No? Okay. Do you have any physical defects or injuries that I need to be concerned about? No? Well, I tell you what, let's walk over there now. I'd feel better than standing out here. Do you have on any secondary weapons or anything? No, sir. Okay. You can walk over there. We're going to go right inside that tent. Spit your gun out or whatever that is inside there.
On 133.2.
Just going to stand over here. We're going to use this line on ground.
American 106.
We're just going to stand right here for you. Right where the cross is on the ground. And then I just want you to turn and face me. Are those prescription sunglasses like mine? Okay. If you will, I'm going to ask you to remove yours. I'll remove mine. In a little bit, we'll go on and you can put those on if you'd like. Okay. Because this is essentially a DUI investigation, just like anything else, we're just moving you here for privacy. I'm going to advise you of your constitutional rights ahead of time. Doesn't mean you're under arrest, just simply means I want to ask you questions concerning how much you've had to drink, when you last drank, those type of things to help evaluate your sobriety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read your rights in advance. If at the end of the investigation you're not impaired, you're free to go, no harm, no foul. Likewise, if you were impaired, then you understand where I'm coming from, okay? You understand that? Okay. You have the following rights in the United States Constitution. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked. If you're going to have a lawyer with you during any questioning, do you understand that? Okay. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any question if you wish. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult a lawyer. You understand that? Okay. Real quick before we get into this, as we were walking over here, you mentioned that you might have been looking down on your laptop. Okay, that's understandable. Help me understand a little bit. Is today your day off, or did you work last night? You're just continuing into secondary employment?
I did work secondary this week.
Okay. When did you last work?
About the same time yesterday.
Which was when? What time is it right now?
It's about 8 a.m.
Okay. And so you worked yesterday, what time?
6 a.m.
Okay. And did you work the same job, like work here? Okay. So you worked 6 to 9, and then did you work anything else, or were you off? Okay, and so you're just returning here today for an additional shift. And what time are your scheduled hours today?
6.
Okay.
All right.
And you're responsible for traffic.
No, that one's boring. Oh my gosh. Wait till you hear this. Oh my god.
With Rocco and Roxy Health Supplements, she'll get unparalleled support for her health and wellness.
Let's get the tagliatelle. Remember the sea urchin? I feel like we should get a steak.
And I just woke up and I have no idea what's going on. We'll talk to. I'm just reading you the search warrant. Do you understand?
A young mother in Florida on body camera, and she'll later admit to engaging in sex acts with the family dog and more. I have the disturbing case out of Florida. And what else White told police.
Expect direct waypoint Tango India Mike in 5 minutes. Expecting direct to Tango India Mike in 5.
Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy, and just a reminder, we are now available on Spotify. You can watch us and listen to us there, so please check us out and follow us on Spotify.
Dude.
Samantha Lee White is a petite blonde from North Fort Myers, Florida, and she has a young child, which makes it really sad that she's on her way to prison, and she's going there for sex crimes against animals, specifically a dog. This case started in February 2024 when police and deputies went to her home with a search
Brandon
warrant.
Armstrong.
They were looking for electronic
I've seen
devices.
this video, it's bad.
Yeah. Just have her get the child and then come down and then you can...
So get the child first and then read it. I'll follow her in there. When I come get the baby, I'll follow you in there.
Davis, we're coming. We're coming. Ruger, shut up.
Wait 1 second, you're walking too fast for me.
I'm sorry, I just
I'm not hear you.
So the officer follows Samantha White up to the second floor of the house, and there are already other officers there with the little boy.
You got Tinkle Star in your mocap? Yeah. Can we put it back in your crib? He's just been hanging out.
Captain, we have a situation in the cabin.
Hey.
One of the passengers has reported that their prosthetic leg has malfunctioned.
Hey, buddy.
It seems that the locking mechanism has failed, and they are having difficulty securing it properly. I am currently assisting them, but it may require some attention. Just wanted to know if he was aware.
Okay. All right. Buddy, some people came to protect us today. Yeah. Yeah, that is your baby. Can you go in here real quick, please? I don't know if that's gonna mess with anything. I just don't want him to run out the door. No, yeah, I hear you. He's a little one that he won't let me see catch him. Is she up here? Yeah. Mama, yeah, Mama got shoe on, baby. Yeah, all the cars can protect us. Oh. So say hi, everybody. Yeah, there are your mom's cars.
Watching this is really, really sad, knowing what we know now and seeing this child in the video because his mom is going to be arrested and is now on her way to prison. The officer then reads the search warrant to Samantha White.
I'm gonna, once we get it. Yeah, right here where it's warm a little. Alright, so I'm gonna read you this. We have a search warrant for the residence, okay? It's gonna be under agency case number with Lee County 24-06919.
The charges in Samantha White's case are concerning to say the very least. I looked her up on truthfinder.com to see what might come up. Truthfinder is one of the largest public records search services out there. White's name and address come back. It's the same house detectives searched in February of 2024, and all of the charges that she faced show up too. Truthfinder is really great because it will show you a person's past and current addresses, phone numbers, social media accounts, and of course, criminal and traffic records. If you want to try Truthfinder, you can get 50% off of confidential background reports. Just log on to www.truthfinder.com/LCCrimeFix. Log on and start accessing information about almost anyone. Samantha White is standing there holding her son as the officer reads the description of the house in the warrant, but then the officer tells her why they are actually there and what they think they will find.
This is what we're searching the house for. The law prohibits sexual performance by a child controlled by Florida State Statute 827.071, subsection 5 of the Florida State Statute. The firm has probable cause to believe and does believe that the property connected with the above listed crime is currently being contained, stored, or concealed within the following location. Direction to locate, and this is just the address of how we got here. We're from the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Came from 14750 6 Mile Cypress, 4 Mile, Florida, headed towards Independence Circle. Basically, this is just the address of how we arrived here. And the following items is what we're going to be looking for. Images or videos of child endangered in sexual conduct defined in Florida State Statute 827.071.
I don't understand.
Hold on,
I can't have you read this right now. Like, okay. I didn't even take it this morning. And I just woke up and I have no idea what's going on.
We'll talk to. I'm just reading you the search warrant. Do you understand? Do you want to?
I think I get an understanding.
Do you want me to keep reading, or do you want to look at it yourself?
I'll look at it myself.
Okay, we're going to be looking for electronics, basically. Are you okay? I know, this is pretty hard. I'm sorry, I made your money, baby.
And that's what I just don't want, because I can't give him to his dad, and I can't give him to anybody that I don't trust, and I just need to admit it.
The judge I'll just read the final. You can look at it in a minute. The warrant was presented to the judge on the 14th, which was yesterday, who approved it.
So this is an investigation about child pornography, child sex abuse materials. This is very, very serious.
All right, questions? So basically, we're going to search. Yes, as soon as the we're done, we'll turn it back over. We're going to talk to you about this.
Okay.
Okay. You have any questions for us?
At some point, I need a water and to use the restroom.
Okay.
Other than that.
Yeah, we can do that. All right.
And then at some point, I would also like to go in the little garden area just so I can set him down and he can play.
Okay. Perfect. So let me just coordinate with them and I'll be right back.
And when can I see my husband?
In a minute.
Okay.
We'll talk to you guys.
Okay.
And just for the record, this warrant was served at 7:47 a.m., okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
I'll get to Samantha White's husband, John White, in a bit, but first, I'll tell you what police say Samantha White told them. The detective said that White told them that she was fascinated by a male horse's anatomy and would look up videos and photos of it online. White also told the detectives that she looked up videos of horses engaged in sex with other horses and with a woman. Police said this led to other revelations from White that she would only discuss with a female detective. Samantha White then admitted to having sex with her family dog. She decided to try it since the horse's anatomy interested her so much, but she told the detective the interaction with the dog wasn't her thing. Now back to the body camera video.
She started crying, so she didn't want me to finish it. I'm like, we're looking for electronics.
You told her she's going to have the copy of it.
Yeah, I said this is going to be a copy, and I told her that the judge who authored the search when I showed her the day and time.
Okay. The only other thing we're going to try is we want to have her come in and get the dog. There's one little section we couldn't clear.
Okay.
So if we can have her either leave little guy or she can keep him with her. That's fine. We just want to put him on a leash or let's just find. I'll go with you. Let's just see if we can find a spot while we just have poop everywhere.
Too late. I don't know how many times I had stepped on everything.
Ma'am, is there anywhere we can put the dogs besides that space while we're here, or are they allowed outside?
I can let them out over here, and then they'll be trapped in there, and nobody else.
Will that be okay with you?
Yes.
It'll just help us.
I just prefer meat.
No, we would prefer you to do it as well.
I just don't know how they would react to anybody else.
Are you able to help do that right now? Okay.
I sure am. When we go in, is there a way I can just get a sip of water before we do that?
For sure. Yeah, we can do all that. No worries.
I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
But I'm not using that.
So the detectives go into the house to get the family's dogs.
Do you mind if she holds the baby really quick while we do that?
I do.
Okay, that's fine.
No, that's okay.
This will just need to be moved, and we'll have to close this behind us. Otherwise, the dogs will run right out this way.
Perfect. Okay. If you guys want to grab your breach, we're going to close this.
Yeah, Mama knows a little bit.
You want to?
I don't think we need it.
It's yours.
It'll be good.
I'm getting a glass of water before we do this.
Let's do it.
Yeah? Yeah, runny nose. It's okay, though, baby.
Yeah. We're just gonna let them out in the front yard, or
Yeah, so they're gonna end up going right around this way, and they'll go right in the front yard.
Okay.
They are very friendly.
Yeah, we're not worried. We deal with dogs all the time.
Right. One's gonna come right away, and then
That gate's closed, right?
Yeah, I think they just closed it.
They're gonna come this way, John? They're gonna come right. Hey, Chloe! Hey, Chloe!
Hey!
Outside!
Outside! Go outside! Outside!
No, you guys know not that way. Not that way. Stella, Luna, Ruger.
The three dogs are removed from the house, and now the detectives have to make sure that Samantha White is out of the house.
Tell me it's not crazy.
Grabbing his bicycle, so I should say.
Yeah, that's fine. You need to use the restroom really quick, right?
Yeah, but
it's gonna be. It's gonna.
I'll be fine for at least another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Can we stay in here or is that a no-go?
She wants to know if they can stay over there. Yeah, I can stay over there. That's fine.
Or you want to look at charging? Okay.
You got all those, and then that one comes from. You know, and he's like, "Hey,
I did. I cleared it. Oh, you did? Okay. Yes, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got
That day, Samantha White was arrested and charged with having sexual contact with animals. She was released the very next day after posting bail. Samantha's husband, John White, was interviewed by detectives. The police report says John denied knowledge of how his cell phone could have ended up inside the toilet bowl where it was located by detectives after John took an extended amount of time to exit the residence during the search warrant service and announcements of law enforcement. John advised there were pictures of himself, his wife Samantha, and Samantha having sex with a canine on his cell phone. The canine involved in the sexual acts with Samantha is their chocolate male Labrador retriever. John believes there are one or two files depicting Samantha engaging in sex acts with their canine sometime in the end of last year, 2023, or the beginning of this year, 2024. John stated that day of the incident, Samantha and he were drinking and the canine was being annoying. John does not recall who mentioned engaging in sexual acts with the canine, but believes it would have been Samantha. And Samantha had apparently told the police that she would sometimes think about this stuff when she was drinking. The report says that John White admitted to recording Samantha engaging in the sex acts with the dog. John White was also arrested and charged with filming and possessing images or videos of animal sexual activity in February of 2024.
Keeping transmissions alive has become our art form. If you haul heavy,
Brandon
live
Armstrong.
where it's hot, or climb
So if
serious
he's involved
grades,
in this, why isn't he in
Then
jail
last
too?
July, he was booked into the jail again after being charged with several counts of possession of child pornography. At the same time, Samantha White was also charged with possessing and transmitting
Christy
child pornography.
Holstein.
Then earlier this
Nasty.
month, Samantha White pleaded guilty to 3 counts of sexual activity involving animals. Those child pornography charges were actually dropped. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 3 years probation after her release.
I want to bring in Dr. Daniel Bober. He's a forensic psychiatrist to talk a little bit about this case. Dr. Bober, I've talked to you a little bit about bestiality before. I mean, it's a really touchy, kind of gross subject, but we have a woman here who's been sentenced to 3 years in prison. And when the police went to her door, she apparently readily admitted that she had a fascination with, certain parts of animals' anatomy. She discussed horses, she discussed dogs, and the investigation kind of unfolded from there. They went there with a search warrant because they had some information about her possibly having some child sex abuse material, things like that. So where does this come from? Where do people develop these fascinations?
So just some clarification on some of these terms. So zoophilia is classified as a paraphilia, which is an atypical or deviant sexual interest. So the zoophilia is the sexual urges or sexual fantasies about animals. Now that in and of itself, believe it or not, is not a mental illness until there is some level of distress or impairment or some negative consequence. Bestiality is the illegal part. It's the behavior. It's having sex or sexual relations with animals. And so that's the part that is illegal in a lot of different jurisdictions. A lot of these types of behaviors are more studied often in men than in women. But we know that people who have paraphilias very often will have a history of childhood sexual abuse, where they have distorted sexual development and problems with normal boundaries. Very often they suffer from emotional neglect. In terms of mental health disorders, we can see sometimes they can suffer from psychosis, personality disorders, antisocial behavior, borderline personality disorder, problems with attachment, problems with boundaries, obviously no regard for the rights of the animals or the way it's affecting the animals. And sometimes they have problems with impulse control or ADHD. A lot of us have fantasies, but that doesn't mean we have to act on them. So those people have trouble controlling their impulses. They have an inability to exercise restraint, and they will often act on these deviant fantasies. And of course, there are people who use substances, and so the substances will lower their inhibitions, and they will act out these fantasies. They rationalize their behavior. They, basically say, "Oh, this is no big deal. The animal is not being affected by it." They minimize the harm, which of course we know there's tremendous harm. And then a lot of people who have social isolation and have trouble attaching to other human beings will sometimes do this. So there are a variety of factors that are at play that can make this occur.
So the zoophilia is when you're just thinking about it and fixating on it. It moves into a crime and becomes bestiality when you actually act on it.
Correct.
Well, they say she acted on it. I guess she was sentenced for having sexual interactions, relations with 4 dogs. And this was discovered, I guess. There were videos of this, some other things. There was some mention about her husband, who also has been charged in this case, but his case is pending. He has not been sentenced yet. The phone being found in the toilet tank, things like that. So, I mean, she's going to prison for 3 years for this down in Florida. 3 years sounds like a really long time, and she's going to be on the animal abuser registry. So, she, obviously, this had to have been pretty significant for them to sentence her to 3 years in prison. Plus, she'll be on probation when she gets out.
Yeah, I mean, harming an animal, a completely defenseless creature. I mean, I think we've talked about this before. I mean, I have 2 myself. I think you have dogs too.
Yes.
So for someone like me, I find it particularly offensive. These animals, they're so special. They're really like our kids. And for someone to come after them, it's really a very similar type reaction. So I can see where someone would sort of hit them hard with a sentence to send a message that this is not acceptable behavior, especially when you're preying upon creatures that are totally defenseless, totally innocent, and obviously can't speak and defend themselves. So it's a pretty horrific crime.
With her dog.
When somebody goes to prison and they're sentenced for something like this, I mean, 3 years in prison, plus she's already, I guess, been in jail for a time too. I kind of think to myself, well, she's going to be in prison for a time. There are programs in prison. There's programming that you can take part in. I guess she has a choice. Do you go to prison and you do your time and then you just get out, or do you make some use of your time in there and then you get out and you're on this animal abuser registry and you're on probation? I mean, how do you treat something like this? Like, how do you get better so when you get out, you don't kind of go back to the same behavior and do this again?
So as I touched on before, there's a complex psychological picture of someone who engaged in this type of behavior. So someone like this that I look at, I would say, they would need what we call cognitive behavioral therapy or trauma-informed care. We need to look at the factors that led to this type of behavior. I would want to look at that relationship that she was in with her husband prior to this occurring. How much did he play into this? Was he someone that encouraged it? Was he more passive? Was he complicit? I would want to know a lot more about her background to think about what would be the best way to treat her.
Yeah.
What's really concerning about this too, when the police went to the home to execute this search warrant, there was a child in the home. I mean, she's holding a child while the police are there. So we don't know exactly everything that happened in that house, and you never know what happens behind closed doors at somebody's house. But there was a child in the home when this activity was going on. Again, we don't know where the child was located when it was happening. But that's a pretty grave concern too, that this type of behavior, sex with a dog, sexual activity with a dog involving both parents, apparently, allegedly, is happening with a small child in the home.
Right, and at the very least, the child was present under the same roof when this was going on, and at the very worst, the child was involved. And I actually think back to the beginning of my career, I was actually involved in a child custody case that had this type of, believe it or not, this type of activity in it. And this could be terribly, terribly traumatizing and deeply compromising for a child and for their development. And it's obviously its own form of trauma, abuse, and neglect. So the fact that the child is there is, all the more concerning.
Let's hope that the child wasn't anywhere near this. When they first charged this out, she, in July of last year, she had been charged with an additional 3 counts of possession of obscene material, including depictions of child pornography. So it said depictions of it. It didn't go any further in describing it in the counts. But then she ended up pleading guilty to the counts involving the dog, both felony and misdemeanor counts. So they must have dropped those other child depiction charges. I'm thinking maybe she was searching around on the internet for those types of things, but
possibly. That's concerning, though, too, because if there was child pornography related stuff involved here, I mean, even looking at that stuff, that's very concerning.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you said before that seemed like a pretty stiff sentence. Well, I guess it really depends. For some people, it's a very stiff sentence, and for some people, it's not enough time. But there's indications that some of these tendencies may have gone into kids as well. Crazy. And so this is a very, very mentally ill woman who needs a lot of help, and who certainly is a danger to society, pets and people alike, and really is going to need some significant treatment.
Yeah. I mean, 3 years. I mean,
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. About 50 minutes.
United 938, maintain Mach 80. Maintaining Mach 80, United 938.
Lois Hughes. Brandon, go bed.
He's still hiding there somewhere. I'll be with you guys just in a few minutes.
Brandon Armstrong. Nope, I didn't go to bed, it's too early. Lois Hughes. Okay, be here somewhere, lol. Lois Hughes. Oh, okay, just checking. Lois Hughes. Christy, you still here to hun? Christy Holstein. Yes.
Bonanza 762, Alpha Bravo, maintain VFR below 7,000. Maintaining VFR below 7,000, Bonanza 762, Alpha Bravo.
Christy Holstein. As soon as Brooke gets back, gotta take dogs out. Lois Hughes. Cool, we all here. Lois Hughes. Oh, okay.
Bonanza 632, Alpha Bravo, squawk 5260, ident.
Squawking 5260 and ident Bonanza 632, Alpha Bravo.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Contact Albuquerque Center on 120.975.
Contacting Albuquerque Center on 120.975. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Albuquerque Center, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Evening. Maintaining flight level 410.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, Albuquerque Center, good evening. Qatar 351 Heavy, proceed direct to fix it intersection. Direct to fix it, Qatar 351 Heavy.
Christy Holstein. Still here just outside.
Southwest 65 tree, descend and maintain flight level 280. Descending to flight level 280, Southwest 65 tree. American 350, traffic alert, climb immediately to flight level 340. Climbing immediately to flight level 340, American 350.
Christy Holstein. I'm back.
Give me 1 second, guys. Alrighty. I'm still here. I'm guessing Christy's here. I heard her. I thought I heard Lois. I might have heard Brandon. I don't know for sure, but we got 26 minutes left till descent. We got our altitude set. We already got our descent profile. We got that done. Okay.
Maintaining 8500, looking for traffic, Cessna 402,
yeah.
Papa Echo.
Been a nice, smooth, quiet flight so far.
Brandon Armstrong. Yep, you heard all of us.
Brandon, are you still...
Lois Hughes.
Are you still tag team with me,
here.
or did you ditch me? Hey, Ziggy. Open night manager.
Welcome back to the night training grounds, Sir Manager. Currently, there are 2,135 managers here training their...
Hey, Ziggy. Quick fight.
Brandon Armstrong. I'm still tagged up with you.
Cool. Hey, Ziggy. Fight. Only problem is if you do quick fights, it's hard to get a tag team. Hopefully he'll come in on this one. This guy's better than me. Oh shit. Hey, Ziggy. Fight. Damn. It didn't bring you in on that one.
A random rival was selected. Corporal the prosecutor, the lucky man, rank F 1090, will duel against Corporal Everhart from Germany, rank F 1119. The knights quickly go into motion. Quicker off the mark, Everhart swings with his sword. That blow was a solid critical hit, causing 27 damage. Sweat and mud fly all over. The prosecutor smashes with an armored fist. Everhart jumps aside.
Seriously?
He attacks back while his opponent is still dumbfounded by his awful blunder. A devastating critical blow.
Brandon Armstrong. It's random when tag partners come in to help.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Heavy Albuquerque Center, contact Fort Worth Center on 128.525.
Switching to Fort Worth Center on 128.525. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Dude, they don't... Their rankings are stupid.
Fort Worth Center, Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, Heavy, evening, maintaining flight level 410.
Hey, Ziggy.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey,
Fight.
Heavy, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
Fight.
Corporal the prosecutor, the lucky man, rank G 436, takes on Sergeant Teodos from Germany, rank G 440. The knights attack. Teodos, attacking first lunges. This blow was a critical hit.
Alaska 993 cleared through Bravo airspace.
Prosecutor faints and
Cleared through Bravo Alaska 993.
Teodos avoids the onrush. He evades his
Seriously?
and swings. This blow was a
I'm getting no hits on these people.
19 damage points were inflicted.
This is stupid.
Prosecutor feigns a high strike, but slices at his right arm. Teodos evades that swing.
Not one hit.
Attacks back.
I missed every strike.
Critical hit, inflicting 19 damage. The prosecutor only has 23 health points left before he is vanquished. The prosecutor attempts a final blow. Teodos is fortunate saving
Oh
himself.
my god. Not one hit out of the 5 rounds.
The prosecutor was defeated and drops
Hey, Ziggy. Quick fight.
Brandon Armstrong. I find if you fight in the tower your chances of me coming in to help are a bit better.
G 1072 will take on Sergeant Rudiger from Germany.
We'll see. Hold on.
1076.
Seriously?
The prosecutor was defeated and
Hey,
falls
Ziggy.
first.
Dart, go to the tower.
All right. The Dark Tower. Floor 2. Corporal the prosecutor. The lucky man versus Carl. Here we go. Carl starts this fight with a lightning-fast attack. That was a critical blow and it causes 38 damage. The prosecutor slices. Carl is quick saving himself with a leap to the side. He attacks back while his opponent is still shocked by his awful blunder.
You gotta be kidding me, dude.
That was a critical blow and it causes 38 damage. The remaining health points of the prosecutor are only 4. At the end of his drill, the prosecutor strives for one last attack. Carl reacts faster, ducking under the blow. He swings back. This blow was a critical hit, inflicting 38 damage.
Hey, Ziggy.
The prosecutor...
Go to the tower.
Okay.
I've never done this many fights that many times in a row and lost every one. It's like 7 in a row.
Corporal the prosecutor. The lucky man versus Carl.
Their rankings is just way off.
Carl dominates with the first attack. The strike is right on target, causing 7 damage. The prosecutor plunges in a hard punch. That was a critical hit, causing 52 damage. Carl slips under his opponent's guard and swings. A devastating critical blow, inflicting 38 damage.
Christy Holstein.
Prosecutor strikes.
I'm laying down but watching. I'm tired from walking this morning.
Slipping away, he attacks with his sword. The attack is a critical blow, inflicting 38 damage. The
Hey,
prosecutor
Ziggy.
drops an echo.
Go to the tower. Dude, this is like 9 fights in a row. Not one of them did I won.
The Dark Tower. Floor 2. Corporal the Prosecutor. The Lucky Man versus Carl. The fight begins now. Getting the first attack, the prosecutor strikes with his sword. This attack was a critical hit. 52 damage points were inflicted. Carl jumps with his deadly weapon. A devastating critical blow, inflicting...
It ain't brought you in at all.
The prosecutor bluffs and swings at his right leg. Carl makes his rival swing miss. He rushes in with a slice after that miss. A devastating critical blow, inflicting 38 damage. The remaining health points of the prosecutor are only 4. The prosecutor knows he is beaten. He swings with as much vigor as he can muster before the end. Carl shifts out of range.
American 225, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Dude, the fucking defense is ridiculous.
American 225.
Hey Ziggy, go to the tower.
Okay. The Dark Tower. Floor 2. Corporal the Prosecutor. The Lucky Man versus Carl. Here we go. Quicker off the mark. Carl slices with his sword. That was a critical blow and it causes 38 damage. General Big Boss rushes in to help his ally.
Finally, dude.
He gallops in on his small Bronco, his sword swinging directly towards Carl. Carl can't dodge that swift blow. 27,980 damage points were inflicted. Carl was whipped. Great. Your knight gets 2 gold, 2 servants, 2 diamonds, and 40 experience points. You have a free skill point that you have not yet assigned. Which ability of the prosecutor should be improved? Strength, defense, speed, luck, or health?
Defense.
Defense. The defense of the prosecutor has increased. Enemies now cause less damage. Do you now want to send the prosecutor into the Dark Tower? Or shall your knight visit the blacksmith?
Dark Tower.
Sure. The Dark Tower. Floor 3. Corporal the Prosecutor.
16 minutes.
Lucky Man versus Knight. Here we go. Getting the first attack, Knight swings with his sword. 8 damage points were inflicted with this great attack. The prosecutor counters and attacks. Knight dodges the blow. He throws a blow back. A devastating critical blow, inflicting 26 damage. The prosecutor slams a blow at his enemy. Knight reacts faster, sliding away.
Jesus.
He swings back while his opponent is still shocked by his awful blunder. This blow was a critical hit, inflicting 26 damage. The prosecutor's health points drop to 20. General Big Boss charges in to help the prosecutor on his steed. He throws his blade up over
Oh, here comes Big Boss.
right at Knight. Mike tries to block, but gets hit. 27,980 damage points were inflicted. Mike falls face first. Hooray! Your knight receives 3 gold pieces, 2 servants, 2 diamonds, and 42 experience. His tag team partner Big Boss has just returned to the game. Do you want to send the prosecutor into the Dark Forest? Or should you prefer to head for the tavern?
Dark Tower.
Unfortunately, the prosecutor doesn't have enough energy to
Hey
fight
Ziggy,
the Dark Tower.
go to the Dark Forest.
Alright. Your knight enters the thorn path of the Dark Forest at 80 health points.
Alright.
I want this map.
United 938, maintain Mach 80. Maintaining Mach 80, United 938.
Open night manager. Hey Ziggy. Open night manager.
Welcome back to the Fighting Arena Manager. There are 2,100 other night managers here, training with their warriors. The Royal Hunting Company calls upon all hunters to register for the hunting tournament. The tournament will start shortly, on the next full hour. The task, as always, will not be revealed until the tournament begins. The registration costs 15 diamonds. Would you like me to participate?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately he does not have enough diamonds to participate in his hunting tournament. Would you like to send the prosecutor into the dark forest? Or shall your knight visit the tavern?
Dark Forest.
Okay. Your knight the prosecutor enters the thorn path of the dark forest.
Alright, let's see what I got here. 11 minutes till descent. I've been playing the Dark Citadel too. You can still go a long ways on
via
that.
the star transition to approach at 1 tree 4.9er. Descending via the star, switching to 1 tree 4.9er American 880.
We got 9 minutes till descent.
Roger that, John. We're on track for descent in 9 minutes.
Christy, what'd you find out from your mom about camping? You gotta let me know. I mean, if you can't, that's fine. But then I'll know that I'm just gonna be paying enough for me to go, or just let me know. We're burning 11,000 pounds of fuel every hour.
Brandon Armstrong.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey.
Go where?
Heavy. Contact Fort Worth Center on 127.45.
How much gold do I have?
Contacting Fort Worth Center on 127.45.
Hey, Ziggy.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Go to Blacksmith.
Fort Worth Center, Allegiant 9
Hey,
Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Open
evening,
night
maintaining
manager.
flight level 410.
Stupid thing.
Allegiant 9 Delta Whiskey Heavy, Fort Worth Center, good evening.
Hey, Ziggy. How much gold do
Christy
I have?
Holstein. I have brought it up, but I will ask again tomorrow.
Hey, Ziggy. How many diamonds do I have?
Cessna 723 Foxtrot Lima remain at or below 5,000.
It says I have minus 38 diamonds. What is that?
Foxtrot Lima.
How do I have minus 38? That makes no sense.
Christy Holstein. She already said if it's a couple days that's fine.
Blacksmith. Sword. Yes.
Brandon Armstrong. I'm lost here. Go where camping?
Here in Indiana. Dark Forest. Yeah, Night Manager says I have minus 38 diamonds. How does that happen? That makes no sense. Minus 38 diamonds.
Approaching top of descent.
Christy Holstein. Camping Brandon. Brandon Armstrong. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's what it says, minus 38. Like
Brandon Armstrong. Night Manager has so many stupid bugs.
Even if I went to buy something and there wasn't enough on my card, it just wouldn't buy it. It shouldn't make it go negative on something I didn't even buy. So I don't know, that's stupid. Two minutes.
Allegiant 9er Delta
Starter
Whiskey,
descent.
Heavy, Fort Worth Center. Expect the Booth 7 arrival. I'll start your descent in about 10 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
Expecting the Booth 7 arrival. We'll notify if ready to descend sooner. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
We're gonna be ready to start our descent
Brandon
in
Armstrong.
about 2 minutes.
You guys should go camping.
Well, we're gonna try, but it's gonna just depend.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy. Descend via Booth 7 into Dallas.
Descend via Booth 7 into Dallas. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
By the way, that's saying boov, just in case anybody hears that wrong.
United 346, turn left, heading 080.
Turning left to 080 United 346. "19 seconds. We're getting ready to start our descent, Lois.
Hey folks, we have just left our cruising altitude and started our approach to Dallas-Fort Worth. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lavatories is no longer allowed at this time. Thank you for your cooperation."
All right. Started our descent. Ladies and gentlemen. Where is Lois at? I'm going to poke her in her eyeballs and make her look like a Smurf. We get landed, I'll show you what the I'll show you what the one that's the Rolls Royce. Show you what them engines sound like. We're going around the corner at 291 knots. Brendan's running our tail. Oh. Hey, Ziggy.
Spirit 117, cross Myler
Message
at flight
Brandon
level
Armstrong.
310. Crossing Myler at flight level 310, Spirit 117.
Did you take all the cookies off the airplane again?
Got it. Ready to send?
Yes.
Sending now.
See if you got that voice message, Brandon. Hey, Ziggy. Fight. Hey, Ziggy. Open night manager.
Welcome back to the night training manager. Right now, there are two
Hey, Ziggy. Go to the dark tower.
as you wish. The Dark Tower. Floor 4. Corporal the Prosecutor. The Lucky Man versus Hulk. Here we go. Swinging first, Hulk slashes with his sword.
You
That blow was
prick.
a firm critical hit, causing 42 damage.
Ow.
Sweat and mud fly all over.
Bitch.
The prosecutor lifts his weapon and slashes. Hulk averts his enemy's blow with his gauntlet. He uses this opening to strike. That was a critical hit, causing 42 damage. The prosecutor
Hey,
falls to
Ziggy.
the turf.
Dark tower.
You got it. The Dark Tower. Floor 4. Corporal the Prosecutor. The Lucky Man versus Hulk.
The lucky man.
Now, Hulk promptly attacks first. That was a
Bitch.
critical hit, causing 42 damage. The prosecutor jumps with his deadly weapon. Hulk reacts fast.
Didn't even hit the motherfucker.
He rushes in with a slice after that miss. That blow was a hard critical hit, causing 42 damage. Sweat and mud fly all over. The prosecutor was thrashed. Your knight still has one unused hunting skill point. Which of the prosecutor's hunting skills should be enhanced?
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, speed 270 knots.
Aim.
Would you like to send the prosecutor
Hey,
to
Ziggy.
battle against him?
Go to the dark tower.
Sadly,
Hey,
the
Ziggy.
prosecutor
Go to the dark forest.
You got it.
Prick.
Your knight the prosecutor enters the torn path of the dark forest with 42 health points.
Hey, Ziggy. Listen to messages from Brandon.
Sorry, I can't play messages from a specific contact.
Hey, Ziggy. Messages.
One for Johnny. From Brandon Armstrong. Received in the last 5 minutes.
Gonna need you to keep an eye on Brandon. He's at it again, taking cookies. Alright, we're
Understood,
at 20.
Captain. I'll keep an eye on
We're
Brandon
at
and make sure he stays
24,000.
in line with the cookies.
Piper 623, Charlie Echo, say altitude.
Currently at 7500 Piper, 623 Charlie Echo.
I've gotta go fix something here real quick. I gotta go panels and
Brandon Armstrong. Did you know you can call me on the Echo Dots as well?
Yeah.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, speed 210 knots.
Yeah, I need to report that now it constantly reads the ILS in the triple whenever you hit it. Even if you try to stop it, it don't stop.
Transition altitude. Checked.
American 880 descend via the star transition to approach at 134.9er. Descending via the star, switching to 134.9er, American 880.
Where'd Lois go, you guys? Arigato Neido del Monte? Hey Ziggy, go to Dark Forest.
Okay, here's Dark Forest.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy, contact Lone Star, approach on 119.875.
Switching to Lone Star approach on 119.875.
Stop.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Goodbye.
Hey Ziggy, open night manager.
Lone Star approach. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy evening descending through 16,000.
Hey Ziggy,
Allegiant
how many
9er
diamonds
Delta
do I
Whiskey,
have?
Heavy Lone Star approach. Good evening, Dallas altimeter 30.03. Expect the ILS runway 36
1
left
minus
approach
38
Dallas.
diamonds.
Expecting the ILS runway 36 left approach. Allegiant 9er
backpack.
Delta Whiskey Heavy.
As you wish. In your backpack, there are 8
Hey
items
Ziggy,
following
food.
food. You own 30 mushrooms.
Go to Dark Forest. Where did all my apples go? I had like 18. They're gone.
One step at a time. It's the only way to safely pass the foreign path.
Brandon Armstrong. I got your letter in game, and what you need is more berry stew, not blackberry pies. Christy Holstein. I ate them. Brandon Armstrong. I bet you gave them to other people for healing you.
Oh, you're probably right, Bubby.
Christy Holstein. I was hungry for apples, sorry.
Well, they were green apples, honey. You're going to have the runs.
Glide slope alive.
Brandon Armstrong. I'm hungry for some good apple pie.
1, 2, 3, 4, X-ray cleared for the RNAV.
When I get level 20, I can send you some berries.
Christy Holstein. LOLF that I hate apples.
You prick.
Brandon Armstrong. I'll only eat apples in apple pie or when they are cooked with cinnamon and sugar.
Hey Ziggy. Health.
Flaps 1.
Brandon Armstrong. I like the apples that Cracker Barrel makes with cinnamon and sugar, and they're baked.
Yeah, me too, Bubba.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Christy Holstein. I used to love apples till I got pregnant with my daughter, then everything I liked she hated.
Yeah, now the only thing you think
Captain,
about
cabin is ready.
Being my can of biscuits.
Hey folks, we are now on our final approach into Dallas. It's time to turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we've arrived at the gate. Please put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in their full upright position. Don't forget to fasten your seat belts. Once we land, our airline staff will provide you with information regarding your connection flights. Thank you for your cooperation.
Flaps 5.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy descend and maintain 4000, turn left heading 180 vectors for the ILS runway 36 left approach.
Descend and maintain 4000, turning left heading 180 for vectors to the ILS runway 36 left approach. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Your connection had an issue while streaming data.
There goes Microsoft again.
I am seriously injured and need urgent help.
Warning. Warning. Connection lost. Please ensure you have an active internet connection and check the forums.
I really hate when it does that.
Success. Successfully connected.
Brandon Armstrong. Don't tell me it's going to crash.
No, it's Microsoft. Nothing to do with... Nothing on your guys' end. It's just a Microsoft.
Christy Holstein.
It's always done that.
What did I miss?
Nothing. It's just Microsoft being silly. Nothing you got. Nothing that affects you guys.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170.
Flaps 15.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Comanche 235, Charlie, Quebec, right to 070 vectors for the GPS. Right to 070 vectors for the GPS 235, Charlie, Quebec. Allegiant 9er, Delta Whiskey, heavy turn right, heading 195.
Turning right, heading 195. Allegiant 9er, Delta Whiskey, heavy.
Gear down. Gear up. Gear down. Approach mode on. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Approach checklist. Arrow reference 301. Checked. Approach checklist completed.
Looking for traffic 6 Alpha Lima.
Christy Holstein. Pretty lights.
Yeah, but there's something wrong with ILS. I hope it works. We'll see.
Flaps 20.
Allegiant 9er, Delta Whiskey, heavy turn left, heading 180.
Turning left, heading 180. Allegiant 9er, Delta Whiskey, heavy.
I don't know, we'll see, but I'm telling you, this ILS, something's wrong. It's been reading my ILS throughout the whole flight. I had to literally turn the one thing off so it would stop saying it, but it's not how you're supposed to do it. We'll see, but I think something's wrong. We'll see though. It's not even fault. It's not even following the correct waypoint. Are you serious?
United 540 traffic alert at your tree o'clock. 5 miles same altitude. Advise when in sight.
Looking for the traffic. United 540.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the ILS. I'm gonna have to report it. There's a bug, and I can't get.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Heavy turn left heading 160.
Turning left, heading 160. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
I don't know. This is something's off. $357. We'll see what it does, but there's something going on. I've never had this problem before, and now the ILS is something's off.
Flaps 30.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey. Heavy turn left heading 155.
Janet 2904 cleared for residential chemtrail ops at or above flight level 350.
Chemtrail ops approved. Janet 2904. Have a great day. Left heading 155. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Maybe he can guide us in. I don't know. We'll try. I don't know. like I said, with the 777, you can do right bracket, shift I, and that will either turn on ill announcements or turn them off. And then what you do is you turn them on, and when you got your runway set, you do right bracket, control I. If you don't want it to repeat, you can just do right bracket, control I again. But if he can guide me in, we might still be able to land here. We'll see.
Approach mode on. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. It ain't looking good.
Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy turn right, heading 180.
Turning right, heading 180. Allegiant 9er Delta Whiskey, heavy.
Clinton Command 2235, Charlie, Quebec, right to 070 vectors for the GPS.
Right to 070 vectors for the GPS 235, Charlie, Quebec.
We'll see what it does. I don't know. We're getting closer, so we might be able to make it. I don't know. We're heading the right direction. 9 miles out.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Heavy turn left heading 150.
Turning left, heading 150. Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Alpha Bravo, right to the VOR, descend to 4,000. Right to the VOR, descending to 4,056 Alpha Bravo.
This ILS got us all messed up. We're not gonna be landing. Son of a bitch. It's saying we're only 9 miles out, but it's been saying that for the last almost 10 minutes. Yeah, it says we're near Richland.
Approach mode on. Approach mode on. Command A on.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Yeah, it's not
Watch
gonna happen.
Glide slope.
Approaching runway 28.
Page 1 of 1. Currently highlighted. Activities. Button 1 of 4.
Glide slope.
Test your skills with landing challenges, bush trips, and more.
Command A on.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
I can see it more front.
Allegiant Niner Delta Whiskey. Heavy, 5 miles from Char. Turn left heading 090 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 36 left approach.
Left heading 090 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 36 left approach. Allegiant Niner, Delta Whiskey Heavy.
Nah, it ain't
Options
happening.
menu.
Son of a
Page 1 of
bitch,
1.
dude.
Currently highlighted. Activities. Button 1 of 4.
Whatever the
Test your
change
skills
was
with
that
landing
was
challenges,
made.
bush trips, and more.
Traffic at your 10 o'clock, 2 miles,
Press
same
ESC
altitude,
to
advise
escape.
if in sight.
Press space to load /save.
Looking for
Press home
traffic,
to
6
restart.
Alpha Lima.
Press End to main menu.
It's just not happening. the ILS has been going off and on since I took off. I had to literally turn off I had to hit the button just so it wouldn't repeat it. So I don't know what's